Top 4 exercises for the upper core. The first thing we have to do is identify what the upper core is. So really, to fix back pain, we explain this to our clients that we have to think about the entire core of the body. And so we need to be activating our shoulder blades and thoracic spine, stability up here in the upper part of the spine, in the T-spine, also the abdomen and the hips, and they have to work together. This may be why you haven't been able to beat your back pain in the past, and we'll fix that today. When we're defining the core, we talk about the abdomen. Everybody talks about the abdomen. The abdomen is only one spot. If you cut me in half, you would cut me right here through my hips. I need this whole chain to work together. I have muscles between my shoulder blades that need to fire up. I have my abdomen that needs to fire up and my butt. So when I'm thinking about having stability against gravity, I'm thinking about a contraction here in my deep neck flexors, in between my shoulder blades, in my abdomen, and in my butt. And so you can think about that. So we're only getting one piece of 4 things. When we're trying to stabilize the spine, we have to think about the entire spine. It's not just our abdomen. And so we always talk about ab exercises to fix your back pain, but they're missing out in between the shoulder blades. They're missing out on the glutes, and they're missing out on the deep neck flexors, which would be protecting your neck. In turn, will correct your back. Now, we see clients that are fused in multiple segments in their neck. We're always dealing with back pain issues. So we can get their neck feeling good, but then their back keeps acting up because the movement has to come from somewhere. Same thing when somebody's fused in more than 2 segments in their lumbar spine we can get it feeling pretty good, but they start having neck issues. So that movement's gonna come from somewhere. In the thoracic spine, the rib cage, the shoulder blades, that's in between those 2 areas. And so we really need to target that. So if we're gonna get a long-term fix for low back pain, we need to target the upper core of the body, which is the shoulder blades, the thoracic spine, and the stability in this area around the spine as well. To be able to move appropriately, we need to have mobility in our thoracic spine. So I need to be able to look over my shoulder with my thoracic spine and my shoulder blade leading the motion. So I'm not cranking on my low back and I'm not cranking on my neck. That's where a lot of people miss it, is that if we don't have mobility right here, then we're gonna twist through our low back, or we're just gonna crank on our neck over and over. So the first thing is we have to create thoracic mobility, and that's where we can do this and push through that area of the thoracic spine. Think about an arrow shooting you up through your back, coming up through your chest right here. We increase mobility right there. So we do it on the ground. Let us know if you want a video about that. We do the Texas towel roll, where we increase mobility in the thoracic spine. We always do mobility first, and then we do our strengthening and stability exercises afterward. Our number 1 exercise we're gonna start working on is our lower trap. So we need to be able to fire the lower trap muscle in between the shoulder blades. So what I'm gonna do is get on this ball. You can do it on an ottoman, you can do it on a chair, but really doing it on a ball or doing it on a bench is gonna be best. What I'm gonna do is get into a stability position as I start the exercise. So I'm gonna have my abdomen firing, and I'm gonna have my deep neck flexors, because my shoulder blades and my upper core area is gonna be firing against that. So I come down, flatten my chest out, so I'm gonna drop down into the ball, chin tuck right here, just like somebody's spitting their hand and they're pushing it towards your face, you're trying to get away. So I'm pulling right there, so it's a chin tuck, and then I tighten in my core, and I'm gonna externally rotate. I'm turning my palms out to the sides and my thumbs up, and I'm maintaining this. I do a hold for 30 seconds, just holding this position and maintaining. Don't lose my chin tuck, which I did a little bit. So you can see that when I start firing these muscles in between my shoulder blades, it starts pulling on my neck. So I'm pulling out of that chin tuck. So that co-contraction is really important that I get it on both sides. So now my abdomen is firing with my thoracic spine, and then my chin tuck, all of those things are firing at the same time. I don't want to angle up. This is what we see a lot of times with clients, is they'll angle up. So they're using more of their upper trap. We want to push the shoulder blades down, tuck our belly, chin tuck, and I'm holding this for 30 seconds. And then make sure that we also don't go thumbs down. Some people are so flexible, they can get their thumbs to an upward position, but they're internally rotated. We want to turn our palms out to the side, and that's how we make sure we're in external rotation. You can see my shoulder blade right here. When I do this, it comes up off the rib cage. When I do this, it goes and sits flat. When I'm externally rotated, it'll sit flat down. So we call these Batmans. We're shooting down. Batman doesn't fly like this. He doesn't really fly, actually. I think he shoots a rope and sticks to things. But we call them Batmans. We're going to tuck these shoulder blades, tuck the chin, and then tuck the core all at the same time. So we're fighting that co-contraction and getting the upper part of our core to fire really well. Number 2, we're gonna do the mid trap. So the mid trap is a stabilizer, so in between the shoulder blades. So we're just gonna change the angle of our arms. So I'm gonna do the same thing right here. So we knock these 2 exercises out together when we're fixing somebody's back. So I'm gonna do my chin tuck, tuck my belly, and then I come straight out to the side. So I'm making a T. I don't want my elbows to get past my rib cage. If my elbows are past my rib cage, then the shoulder blade dips down. I'm not firing the right muscle. So I wanna get my elbows below my rib cage or right at the side of my rib cage, and then I'm tucking my shoulder blades away from my ears, chin tuck, tuck my belly, holding this position, coming out just like a T on the side, as high up as I can get. If I can get straight out to the side of my shoulders, then I'm doing really good. And I want you to think about touching your upper trap. Just go ahead and poke that upper trap and make sure that that thing's not fired up. If your palms turn down, it's gonna fire up. So I'm gonna externally rotate, I'm gonna get that thing to turn off, and I'm pulling those shoulder blades down and back, chin tuck, belly tuck. So with both of those exercises, I'm getting a co-contraction with the abdomen and my chin tuck. So we really got to focus on that. We're working on having stability against gravity. And the best way to use our discs, the disc that we have left, some of us have degenerative disc disease, the best way to use it is to be neutral against gravity. And we do that with co-contraction. Number 3, we're gonna get all the muscles firing in between our shoulder blades. So the same position, I can do this in the car without a band, where I do a chin tuck, my belly's tucked, I'm pushing my chest up in the air right here, and then I'm keeping my elbows right here at my rib cage, and then I'm opening up my chest. I'm pulling my shoulder blades down and back and squeezing into that position. We'll do a 30-second hold, or we do 5-second reps. So roughly 30 seconds again. So I'm gonna do the same thing and show you here from the side that I pin my shoulder blades down, my chin tuck, and my abdomen. So I'm fighting that co-contraction and I'm pulling my shoulder blades down. So it should be 5-second hold and then coming back in, 5-second hold, coming back in, 5-second hold. You can also see in that position what my chin tuck looks like. So it's really important that we're getting to a neutral position with our neck, maintaining our core, and then pulling those shoulder blades down and back. When we're working with clients, we're always talking to them about those positions, and I've heard that I have a lot of cues, but there's a right way to do it and then a really right way to do it and a lot of wrong ways to do it. So we want to do it as perfectly as possible. You likely have not gotten this instruction before. We see so many clients that have struggled with back pain for decades and they're just incomplete. They haven't got all the information. And so it's really important that we gain an understanding of what the whole core is and how we stabilize the entire spine. And you're going to get that in this video, that upper core area. Number 4 is a push-up plus. So there's muscles that are acting on the shoulder blades in the back, but there's also a muscle underneath the shoulder blade that pulls our shoulder blade up against the rib cage. It allows me to reach up over my head, and it's the holy grail muscle. It really stabilizes the shoulder blade and how that shoulder blade mixes in with the rib cage and the thoracic spine. So if we're gonna be complete with this, we have to fire this serratus anterior muscle, and we do it with a push-up plus. So what I'm gonna do is straighten my arms out, get into a tabletop position, do my chin tuck, do my belly tuck, and then I push my shoulders down and push my chest up. This is probably the most difficult one. When I taught this to my mom, it took us a few reps. So having a partner, somebody that can come take a look at you and see if you're doing the movement correctly is gonna be really helpful. What I'm gonna do is I'm doing a scooping motion. So I'm driving my shoulder blade away from my ear and then I'm pushing it forward. And so I'm pushing my shoulder blade and my shoulders away from my chest, and my chest is going up. So I can do this in a push-up position. You can also, if it makes it easier for you, you can do it right here on your elbows. I'm pushing my shoulders away from my ear, chin tuck, belly tucked, and then I'm driving my chest away from my shoulders. And I'm maintaining this one. We do the same thing. We do 5-second holds, drop down about halfway, do a 5-second hold, drop down about halfway, do a 5-second hold. I'm really focused on that co-contraction as well. I'll show you here. Once you get good at these, it takes about 2 weeks to fire up the muscles generally. And so I'm driving up. I can do it in a push-up position. So I can start out on my elbows, move to the push-up position after 2 weeks, and then move to on my feet, driving up. And you can see I'm a little bit shaky right there. But those are good progressions for you to do, because once you start building this stability, you don't want to lose it. When we get our clients out of back pain, we don't want that back pain coming back. And so we do it by making good progressions, so they have to do less of the activity because they're strong and they're really challenging themselves with the exercises consistently. When you want to get a complete fix for low back pain, it's important that we know how the core functions, how it works together, and how we get that co-contraction. But really, the hips are about 50%, the abs are about 25%, and then that upper core in between the shoulder blades, that's going to be about 25% as well. So you want a complete fix, add this to your routine. Leave us a comment if you have any questions. We'll put together a video for you so you can fix this from your own home. See you in the next video. Get mobile and stay active.